So a career that began, we could argue, with your father saying, don't half-ass it.
Yeah.
Has really peaked with a story that involves your mother. You told the last night, I asked you what your peak experience has been. And
of the last year.
Yeah. Would you tell that story? Because
Sure.
I just think it so beautifully sums up a successful journey.
So I got to do this film, Lost Bus, which is coming out very soon. I'm not sure when this airs, but it may be out now. Be in theaters for a couple of weeks, LA, New York, London, and then it'll be on Apple TV+. So it's based on this true story, 2018, the Paradise Fires. 185 people were killed. And in that, one of the stories, the one we tell, is about this man who comes home because his dad's died, and he's to take care of his widowed mother and try to reconcile his relationship with his son. While he's there, he takes a part-time job as a school bus driver. He takes kids to school one morning. There's a fire across the canyon. There's always fires over there. No big deal. By the time in the afternoon he takes the kids home to school, bam, it's jump the canyon, mandatory evacuation. And this guy U-turns to haul ass home to go pick up mom and son to get them out because neither one of them drive. On that drive back to get his mom and son, you get to call through bus dispatch. It says, I got 22 kids stranded on the east side of town. Is anyone over there with an empty bus that can pick them up? Whoop. This guy. What do I do? Please, somebody else pick up somebody else pick the call. No one else picks it up. He picks it up, says, I'll do it. Goes and gets the kids, doesn't know what happens with his mom and son because all communications are down. I pitched the story to my family, as I always do, and I'm going to do a film. And my son, Levi, says, hey, how old's your son in the
character?
Character. I say, he's 14, 15 year age. He's like, huh. He goes, is it cast yet? I said, no. He goes, can I read for it? And I was like, walk off, forget it. He comes back up next day. Bye, can I look at this? Can I read for it? And I was like, 3, 4. The fourth time he came back, I was like, okay, he's hustling for it now. There's one. I said, all right. I talked to him a little bit about acting. I said, here's the role, read the script. Here's the scene we'll do. We'll shoot it tomorrow afternoon. We talked for about an hour about what it is. He says, I'm ready. Put him on camera. I'm like, okay. The kid's holding the frame. He's got good instincts. Does a good take, good audition. I sent it to the casting director and I said, look, you tell me, I know you hadn't cast the part, you're looking for the role, but here's my son. This might be good enough for a callback. What do you think? She writes back, it's good enough to send straight to the director. I said, okay. Well, if you do that, do me a favor. Pull his last name. Because as much as I may be for against nepotism, I don't want the last name helping him get it, and I don't want him thinking that the last name ever helped him get it, if he gets it. Send it to the director sees it, says, that's the kid. The cast director said, well, that happens to be Matthew's son. Paul Greengrass, if you know him, is like, even better. So he gets cast as my son. Meanwhile, he's working on the camera crew on the set. And every week, the director and I would get together and talk about how was the last week? How's the show going? How's everything working? Everything seemed to be working, but he said, I got one problem. He goes, the scenes we shot, the lady I cast as your mother, are not working. Maybe I miscast her. Maybe it needs a rewrite. I'm not sure, but I'm looking for someone else. I need to recast it. You got anybody in mind? So I said, start thinking about bring up a different actresses and stuff. And he goes, well, what about your mom? I go, I mean, possibly a good idea. My mom's an absolute ham and performer, but I don't know if she's right for this role. And he goes, well, no, let's cast her. I said, hang on. I said, let me get her on camera in front of you. And so I write my mom. I said, Mom, give me a minute into an iPhone about why you love being a mom. And a day later, I received this thing of her sitting in the cubbyhole of a window, nicely lit, and it's an 8-minute monologue about what she loves being a mom. And I show this to Paul Greengrass, director, and he's like, perfect. This is exactly what I'm looking for the mother. Cast her. You good with that, Matthew? I'm like, she did just fall down at my older brother's house and broke her tailbone. She's in a wheelchair, and she's like, that's even better for the role. Great. Boom, mom's cast. We come out, we have scenes together, 2 scenes together in the movie where Levi, my son, plays my son, and my mom plays my mother. And it went well. It went great. Couldn't have gone any better. They were happy to be there. They did good work. Now, cut to declaration time means the movie's done, and we go to Toronto Film Festival a couple of weeks ago for the premiere of the movie. And I'm on the carpet, and there's a picture, and I remember the moment. I got my arm around my son here and an arm around my mother here. They're both beaming, and I'm like, well, look at this moment as a son,
yes,
as a father,
Yes.
And they're both so happy to be there. Mom's 93, loving the red carpet, the attention, the flashing lights, just saying yes, yes, yes to the camera, feeling wonderfully relevant, new charge in her. Maybe that puts 4 more years on her life, like an Academy Award winner, right? My son just getting into it, learning and having a reverence for the craft and seeing me do it from the outside for all those years and then coming in and getting a piece of it himself and doing it in a scene with me. That's something that's going to get cooler and cooler to me as time passes. It's already exceptionally cool, but talk about something to leave, a legacy that's outlived me, my mom, and my son. Beautiful.
Yeah, it's such a perfect peak experience too, because it blends not only a high moment in your professional career, but your mother lives with you. Well, I don't know if everybody knows.
She's not living with me now. She moved out. She went back to her retirement home, which she likes because it's got one story. She knows where everything is.
But she lived with you for several
quite a few years. Yes.
Yes. So you had this very tight, extended family, and the fact that all of you end up in the same movie, the same set, and they did it on their own. You didn't plug them in. It was the natural, I would say, hard work. There's some talent going in the McConaughey gene pool, but there's 4 parts hard work and 1 part talent, I would say. So if you like that clip, there's a lot more where that came from. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell so you won't miss our new videos as they come out each week.